Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our Thursday night session. It's not live, unfortunately. My partner in crime, Ty, wasn't available tonight, so I've just decided to do a little bit more casual recorded session like we usually do every other day. And so I'll get stuck into it. If you like what you see, like the video, subscribe to the channel, helps us out a lot. The channel's been growing exponentially since we started, so fantastic to see you all here. I hope you all enjoy what we have to offer here at UTG, and I hope you all find value. Like and subscribe, share everything you see if you like, if you think others that you know will find some benefit here. So without further ado, BTC. Well, it's been an interesting ride so far. We were initially looking at this level of supply here, this 13,800 to 14,200 area to be, what's somewhat respected. And of course, we have respected this quite well so far. However, you can only bend a stick so far, really, can you, before it snaps. So that's what's happened. And, a couple of days ago, I did point out there was a few areas above this level of supply that we pointed out just in case we did move towards the upside. And last night I was talking about this, ascending triangle formation, and usually that results in a continuation. So that's good to see something like this playing out nicely now. But looking at where we are sitting, this 4-hour time frame is getting towards the top of that area in the way of steamroller is concerned. But you know what, FOMO does incredible things, and this run so far, especially on a macro scale of thing, has been nothing short of eye-opening. It's been incredible, actually. The run that we've had to the upside, even from 10 to 14.4 has been quite substantial. It's a $4,000 move over not very long at all, to be honest with you. So if we're looking on the grand scale of things, on the macro scale of things, we've well and truly broken through that level of supply. The next area being that 15,000 level of supply there that was drawn on the 4-hour time frame, admittedly, and used a significant market pivot to do so. So looking at that area just above us, as well as 61.8 fib extension, while the 27 was quite substantial as well, I do anticipate this negative 61.8 fib extension to be somewhat relevant also. That's if we get there. Looking towards and looking at some of the market structure that I'm seeing, and looking at the candle that we're presenting ourselves with, and knowing that we have broken past this level of supply, I was expecting a little bit more volume to come into this. The volume's been pretty small today. Obviously today's not over yet, but as of late it hasn't been great. There is still 15 hours to go, so you know what, there is plenty of time for the volume to come into this, especially when the US cycle comes into it later on this evening or in the next couple of hours. So it's going to be interesting to wake up to see BTC and where it's at come tomorrow morning for us Aussies. So like I said, 61.8, 14,900, or that 15,000 level of supply is the next macro swing to the upside. If we do get some downside, to really give us some base, I'll leave that one in there. But there is a few on the daily. So there is this liquidity area here between 13,000 and 12,750 that I would expect to be a decent area for a pullback if we get one anytime soon. But that's looking towards the downside, and obviously we've got a nice pivot point down here at 11.5. That's getting further and further away as time goes on, but nothing out of the ordinary in the way of BTC drops. We've seen BTC do this in the past. This is nothing new, yeah? Nothing new. We've seen this sort of market structure play out time and time again. It's happened over and over again for BTC. Nothing surprises us. We've seen this, come from that 3,000 level all the way up to this 14K. That's not $4,000 swing. I'll tell you right now, that's a $10,000 swing towards that 3,000 to 14K level. So it's done this before. And then it's done this before. So we have to just keep that in mind. Market cycles are playing out. BTC goes on these runs all the time. Look at the chart, look at some of the daily charts, to the left of us now, and you can see that this isn't anything new, and BTC has done this multiple times over. So looking up, we're looking at that 14,900, 15K area. Looking down, there's a lot of area, there's a lot of room for us to really dial in these pullbacks if we get any at this point. So we're looking at that 13.5, 13,000, and of course 11.5, and of course 12,000 is going to be in there as well at that psychological round number support also. So looking on both areas, both sides of the spectrum, at 15K for the next level up if we do get some more volume in this market over the course of this evening, and of course tonight and tomorrow, pending what happens with this election that's going on as we speak. So still occurring as it was last night as well. But also, I'd like to keep this as casual as possible. Let me know what you guys think. I'm happy to take comments. I'm happy to have chats in the Discord as well. All those links are down below if you want to find us, on our website or on the Discord, or even if you want to have a discussion on YouTube. More than happy to facilitate anything you guys want to do, and happy to hear all the stories or all the types of TA that you guys want to share as well. So be sure to leave us a comment if you have anything to say about it too. So moving on with this, we'll look at ETH USD. So we'll just keep it nice and consistent with what we usually do during the week, as this is not a live session. So we're back at that 400 area. We broke out of that descending channel that we've been forming on the 4-hour time frame, and we're back at this level of supply. And then of course, after clearing out most of the time or most of the orders there, we have pushed through this level of supply. So of course, I'm looking for the next one up, and that would be around this level here. I would pick that level. It's going to be around this area, this liquidity area here. It's a little bit hard to really judge and pinpoint an area specifically because there's so much liquidity around that 415 area. But that's where I would draw it in any case, between 412 and around 417. If we do get some more volume and momentum for BTC, hopefully that can reflect over in ETH USD as well, and we can get a push up and hopefully some volume into ETH USD as well. So that was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. So looking towards that area of 415 for the next push up. If we do get one on Ethereum, if we're looking for the downside, there's obviously a lot of areas that we can potentially retest. The first one being this downtrend line that we've got drawn in just there. That could be a potential area for a pullback for ETH, a retest, and to continue. That's another scenario that can play out. And if we're looking at areas of, pivot points for the, I'd put it there. If we're looking at this, these pivot points or these areas of demand, that 380 would be that area I would look for. So those two levels looking quite nice. And if I had to guess, or if I had to give you my perspective on ETH, it's got a fair amount of room to move on the day on the 4-hour. There's plenty of room on the RSI as well, and we're looking fiercely towards that 415 or 411, 412 area of that supply there. So looking good for ETH to move up. We've created a higher high as well in comparison to a lot of the structure to the left. So looking good for that 411, 412 mark for Ethereum. And the last one that I'll look at tonight, keep it nice, short and sweet. I won't have a look at any alts because for obvious reasons, but wrong watch list, give me a sec. There we go, the DXY. The DXY is a regulated market. This is obviously a regulated space. These are just ideas and opinions of Team UTG. But the DXY have been taking a hit as of late. It has been extremely volatile, as you can see by that monumentous 4-hour candle that played out last night. That was on the chart during our update last night also. But, we are slowly giving all this back now and looking towards this area here. If I had to put a level of demand in that I would put some weight on, and I'll get rid of some of these. Actually, leave the fibs in for now. But if I had to put those lines in, I'll give you a horizontal line across just to give you an idea of the liquidity sitting to the left of that. There is a fair amount of liquidity sitting along that 92.94 area, and I think we've spoken about this level once before already. We pushed through that level of demand that we looked at 93.45, and we are pretty confidently moving towards the next one at 92.94, which is not far away, to be honest. And if we can get some more momentum in this direction over the course of this evening with some more volume, then I think 92.94 is going to be on the cards for the DXY, and of course all of our indicators pointing in that direction. Also, most notably, looking at the RSI, and that 50 median line has been broken, tried to get that retest and then failed, so we are sitting underneath that area for the moment. I'll look at one more. The All Ordinaries is one we'd usually look at over the course of our Thursday night live session. So the All Ords, obviously a regulated market, so under the same sort of scrutiny as we said earlier before, we are confidently heading back to that 6,400 area. So a nice recovery, following that SPX 500 as well. So the SPX 500 bounced off that area of demand there. So TA is playing out nicely for the SPX with a bounce to the upside. We did have that area drawn in from quite some time ago, so no real complaints or no real shock there, and that 61 played out for us here in Australia with the All Lords. So moving closer and closer towards that 6,400. I'm looking for these levels to be retested, admittedly, looking at this area of supply most notably. And if we do get some more momentum and volume into the SPX for the first one and the All Lords, we could see this move through this level of supply if we can get some more momentum, if we can keep this momentum running to the upside. So it's going to be a very interesting play, and I'm not calling anything yet. I'm not saying that we are going to move through. What I'm waiting first is to see if this market structure and this liquidity that we're sitting here at 6,400, seeing if that's going to be respected, or if we're going to make some structure above to the upside, and we'll make that call when we see it. And of course, we'll keep you guys updated in Discord, YouTube, and of course now TradingView, where we have been releasing some small bits and pieces in the way of video content on TradingView also. So if you want to check us out on TradingView, the link is also in the description, which you can follow us there if you so please. But that concludes our update for this evening. Thank you all for joining me. I do apologize again, no live session tonight. I thought this was a little bit more fitting, and you guys can watch this in your own time. So thank you all for joining me tonight. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Check out the description area if you want to check out all of our links and where to find us. And I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Bye for now.